Hello. Oop. Eh. Hello and good morning, my crafty creatures. Oh my goodness. It is Tuesday, and it is, amazingly enough, not a bad day so far. I'm gonna knock on wood real fast. It was my overnight weekend, so this is the first daytime hours of the past 3 days that I've really been functional. I was awake on Monday, but I wasn't functional. We are going to be working on a couple colors today because I know I'm going to get both of them done. Or I'm going to run out of one color and I'm just going to have to go get another bunch of it. Not quite sure where it went. Like, I know I bought a ton of it and I just don't know where it went. So, meh. Let's see. So my new trainee, she's almost ready to be on her own. Yes, this is the ADHD safe spot. I agree. It was funny. So Sunday, when I do my awake overnight weekends, I take my Vyvanse in the evening so that I can focus a little bit better while I'm at work, which makes complete sense. It's not that I have trouble staying awake. It certainly helps me stay awake, but it helps me focus more. And so I had accidentally taken all of my daytime pills, and I was like, fuck. I'm going to be awake, and I'm not going to be able to sleep. But then later on, I realized I had taken my nighttime pills. And my daytime and nighttime pills are just spaced apart because of what they have, and, like, they can't, like, what I have in the morning needs to be X amount of hours from what I have, some of the ingredients of what I have on the other one, and vice versa. So, wasn't a huge deal. Meh. So then I realized, I'm like, yay, I will be able to focus today at work. So that was Sunday. Okay. I was trying to figure out where I went wrong, and still not quite sure where I went wrong, but it's okay. Maybe I did go wrong. Let's see. Okay, nope, that's fine. Okay. I guess there's a little schism. A little bit of a schism, but not too. I would love to have a pool, but in the same breath of air from having to take care of my family's pool in the summer, because I really like the pool. So my dad's like, "Hey, you're responsible enough. Take care of the pool." And I did. I did a really good job. But I also know how much work a pool is, and no thank you. I will spend a couple of bucks and go to a public pool. Thank you. Or I'll find a lake. But not the ocean, because for those of you who don't know, the ocean here in Maine, while beautiful and vast, and we're very well known for having the same amount of salt as the ocean in Maine, it is cold. It is fucking cold. Like, yes, as a child, I swam in the ocean, and I could probably be coerced to swim in it as an adult. But it's not something that ranks on my top 5 list of things to do ever. Yeah, and if I were, I'd probably go the take down every winter one. But I first have to get enough spoons to get a flat spot in my there's just not enough spoons in the world and not enough time in the world for me to be able to have a pool right now. Now, I did have my second job interview yesterday. For and I'm talking about it now because I did have a conversation with my boss and she is aware. I haven't gotten any sort of job offer yet. Um yes. Um and and I'm awkward as all sin. And I don't have I mean, I could do the job absolutely, but I don't know as if I'm having imposter syndrome issues, and that's okay. Because if I get an offer, I'm gonna have more questions. But it is a Monday through Friday kind of job, so I would be able to indulge my crafting. And it's more flex hours, so I would be able to still make my appointments and stuff like that. So it's an upgrade. And I did have a real conversation with my boss. And I was like, it's not, I mean, there are little things here and there, yes. But overall, it is the fact that I am underinsured. Yes. The big, huge motivator is I'm underinsured and I'm struggling to keep everything balanced. And that's just the cold, hard meat and potatoes of it all. Don't you lie to me. I know I am awkward. It's okay. Okay. So today's colors are going to be 930, which is what I'm currently working on, and 792 is the other color. And we will see how far we get with 792 because I keep meaning to buy more of it apparently, and I still have not. So, yeah, I don't have any of it right now. Who has to deal with the ads? Ah, okay. We're going up over. Oh, we're gonna be working at in the very top row for a little bit. You're fine. The Sheppies are. Yeah, I get that. Though, I've realized that until there's a big culture shift, my managerial style is not a very popular one because I look at I do employees first because I am a very strong believer. If my team is well tended to and cared for and happy and getting along and stress free, this is a hill I will die on, so you can't convince me otherwise. If my team is happy and feels supported and listened to, I know that the product that they are putting out will be much better than someone who is just pushing for numbers. And I know that that is the truth. I know that there have been studies done that that is the truth. Oh, yes. Yes. But well, and I mean, here in America, that's that's not the case. Like it's numbers, numbers, numbers. But I am definitely, I guess, I guess I'm culture, I'm worldly in my management mindset. But I they asked me questions like, okay, so how do you deal with this, and how do you do? I'm like, well, it's person first. If this situation comes up with one person and it comes up with another person, those situations are going to be handled differently. It's not the same person. We can't cookie cutter these. I mean, we can have the same answers. We can say yes or no, we can do this or we can't. But the approach is what varies, and that's what builds good teams, is having a leader that knows the approach to each team member. And you can't, and I know you can't always customize service for bigger things. But at the same time, if on the smaller things I'm able to customize, that means the bigger things, when I have to roll them out, are easier swallowed. And I unfortunately know that it is not a popular leadership style here in America. Oh, and I did not get done 939 on Divine Instinct last week. I have one line left, and I just was like, nope, nope, nope. So before you guys see it again, I'll be done the 939 on the page, though. Because I do a little bit of cross stitching before I load in, so it'll be done before you guys see it again. A boss leads from the front, a leader leads from the back. That's what I was always told, at least. Which makes a little bit of sense, I guess. But no, I spoke of how I was trained as a supervisor in college. Is my supervisor in college, him and I still touch base here and there. He picks on me. He offers me German Shepherds, and I'm like, Ted, knock it off. And cause his name is Ted, I don't. he's not HIPAA protected. He was my boss. At a cafeteria. But he taught me a lot. He had a weird way of teaching it, but he taught me a lot. And to this day, I still pester him after he's offered me German Shepherds. Because he's like, I know you know how to take care of them real good. I'm like, yeah, but I have a bitch right now. He's like, I get that. I'm confused because a leader leads from the front. I see that. I see the leader in the front not seeing their workers behind them and not being able to provide support. I see someone leading from the back being able to support. Now, if we're going into battle, that's a whole different game plan. Yes. If we're going into battle and lives will be lost, yeah, you lead from the front. But I see it as, well, honestly, I'm generally right in the thick of it all, but I see a good person, a good boss leader, supervisor person leading from the back, lifting up their workers and bringing them along with them, not letting anybody fall behind. Because if you're leading from the front, you're not looking behind you. But if you're leading from the back, you can see where all your staff are. That's how I see things. But leading from the front, you're not looking behind you. So you're not you're not taking into consideration any of your workers. Eh. And this, my friends, is why neurodivergent people have to talk things out. Because we're saying... I was going to say, because we're saying the same thing, but we're seeing it differently. That's actually another thing that I brought up, is maybe some of the problems that an agency is having is not necessarily a big, massive, oh my goodness, it's a huge structural issue. Maybe it's someone seeing something a little bit differently. And if you can shift that perspective, that they can see it how the rest of the crew is seeing it, kind of thing. Yes. See, I think I got that question, and I think I answered it very similarly. But again, someone who let the tism out? Who? Okay. It's funny. 930 is like a blue green, and just a moment ago I was using it near leaves and it looked more green, and now I'm using it in blues and it looks more blue. And I love the psychological warfare that the colors do to my brain. Okay. But I mean, regardless, I think that, as just on a personal level, doing real interviews and not the fake ones, because I know what the AI wants to say, and that does me no good. I know how the AI reads my system, and it doesn't do me any good. But one way or the other, interviewing is good whether I get the job or not, because it gives me practice. I can see that too. Like sitting down and looking at it funny, tilting my head a little bit. I can see that too. I legitimately like to be in the middle of it. When and where I can. Like if I find myself that, hey, I'm not doing anything too much, I wonder how my workers are doing, and especially if I know that they're struggling, that kind of thing. Like I'll make sure all the main core things get done, but I would much rather make sure that my workers aren't struggling than sit around. But I also know that there are a lot of places that don't particularly care for that, because I don't know. I don't know why they don't. Because they don't understand how the ADHD, I can do things faster than you. And that's a really hard thing to talk about and accept is reading some of the questions. You walk into a room and you instantly know that you're smarter than that room. I don't like to admit and or even think about things like that because I'm good in some areas, but I'm not great in other areas. And actually that was one of the questions I got is what makes you better than the other candidates? And and I told him, I'm like, I hate questions like these. Because you could have two people who have the exact same skill set, the exact same qualifications, but how they utilize their skills could be completely different. And it could change the entire view of the operation. Woohoo! I am working on it. I got the rainbow rose petals all done. A coworker's mother passed away, and I am working on a tribute for her and her siblings and her family. And it's weird because I've only just met her, but we all know how that works. But her father didn't want flowers being bought because flowers are expensive. So I went, I can make you some roses, and I can make some bigger roses to represent your mother and your father, and I can make smaller roses to represent you and your siblings, and that they won't go bad and they'll last forever and you will have them, and they're not that expensive. And not that I'm not charging her, by the way, friends. It's easier for this is why I can't do business. But I'm contributing that to her and her family. But I almost have one of the big, I have all 5 of the small roses done. Those are fast, easy, and they're absolutely gorgeous. I have almost one of the big roses, all the petals done. I'm hoping to get that all the petals mostly done today before work. At least one of them, because it all has to be done by Thursday. And can we do it? Yes, we can. Oops, I missed one. Oh well. Filling in the white spots. And the 792 fills in all of these upper diagonals. So that's why I picked these 2 colors. It's going to close out the border today. Okay, it's time to crash out. Yeah, totally turtle power too, by the way. That's actually what I was thinking in my head. I think one thing, good thing about maybe having a new job is better hours. Like going back to my 8 to 12, 8 to 10 streamy streams. I miss those. I felt that I had more energy. Yeah, I'm gonna teach you a magical word because Facebook Marketplace sucks. That I have I would rather give away $1 million than deal with Facebook Marketplace. I don't have $1 million to give away, but I would rather give away $1 million than deal with Facebook Marketplace. I bet you can guess what magical word I'm gonna teach. Because if he has enough knowledge to play with Facebook, he has enough knowledge to post on Facebook Marketplace and deal with it. Because Facebook fucking Marketplace. That's all I gotta say. Is I full stop. Oh, my gym is the Russell's even thinking about it. Move my move my eyes over a little bit. That's why he needs to do it. It might be on under his name, but you're still dealing with it. He needs to do the dealing with. That was kind of fun. Well, you could call him by your mom's name. You could be like, "Look, Cruella." See how that flies over. I foresee it flying over like a lead cloud, but he might get the hint. I am feeling petty today. No, I did it with my dad once. He was getting right on my ass, and I called him by my mom's name. He stopped. He stopped real fast. It was kind of weird when my mother did it to me, though. She called me by my father's name. I wasn't. I wasn't sure how to take that when she did it, but how do I want to do? Like it's all the weird spots. Like I've just been kind of bouncing around. Like I'm letting the high def just bounce around today. Again, like and with Father's Day coming around the corner next Sunday. I love my dad, both of them. Like I loved my birth father Why? I don't know. He didn't really contribute too much to my life. But I love my Nana, and I guess through proxy I loved him. Um, and my stepfather, who was more of a father than my dad, and I learned later on in life that my Nana yelled at my birth dad to sign over his rights, or else she was going to kick his ass. And my mother, my Nana, is a 4'8" French woman. We do not piss those off. We do not. It's like pissing off a Jules. We do not do these things. There are some things we do not do. And she's almost 80, so we don't do that. My mother's almost, oh, my mother's a 6-foot redhead. So we do not mess with that either. We mess with that very carefully. As I just slobbered all over my... You're fine. Oh, you're fine, Michael. Yeah. I just, like... I drooled all over it. Got very, very excited. There we go. I did. I did. I did both of those things. He is. He's abused. Look at the abuse on that dog. Actually, he is taken to just pooping wherever he wants, and for said pooping wherever he wants, he is not allowed to be out at night for a little bit. He doesn't know it yet, but that's what Husband Creature has decided, because Husband Creature is the one that gets up in the morning to pick it up. And, well, yeah. Nope. Inside. He's just a poor boy, nobody loves him. Spare him his life from this monstrosity. The funny thing is Pixie wakes me up to tell me. Like, she's like, he's pooping on the floor again. And I'm not awake enough to comprehend that. So, he poops on the floor. Pixie tells on him. Pixie is a tattletale. But... see how far we get with this. The remaining piece of string here. I know I'm not going to be able to finish it with what I got left, but it's still fun to see how far I can jump around. Yeah, pretty much. That's what we got going on. No. No. Most of the time it's Pixie, it's 5:30 in the fucking morning. Go lay down. Mm-hmm. Really sucks. I'm now legitimately trying to see if I can get all the stitches done with what I have left. I don't think so, because it's getting dicey over here. Yeah, I think that's gonna be my. Yeah, yeah. She is very much. She is very much every German Shepherd you see on any sort of video. She's very much that. And she's a working line. Both her and Cesar are working line shepherds. So they're just like one step down from a Malinois. Which I really wish I had more energy to like at least hang out with some of them. I have not turned my phone's notifications back on since my job interview yesterday. And while I know my phone's probably making all sorts of noises, well, all kinds of notifications are going off. I'm not hearing it, so I'm not bothered. Okay. Last 6 stitches. Yes, last 6. Yay, coffee! I'm finished up. One color. That keeps my camera and my light keep having an exchange. They're crossing paths. I did some minor adjustments so I could actually have a good view here. Oh, my goodness. It is supposed to be a beautiful weekend for my market on Saturday, so I'm super pumped about that. I've gotten all of the big things out and organized because they were buried underneath all kinds of other stuff. And then when I finally was like, nope, I'm getting rid of all this stuff, and I made space in my craft staging area, I was able to get my big things out. So I'm pleased. I'm pleased. But I still have to go through like my stock and decide what's gonna go and what's not. I've been doing repairs. I have another crafter's stuff that I'm gonna bring because I would like to get it out of my house and sell it. It doesn't take up. I mean, it's not. It's not awful. It doesn't take up too much room, but at the same time, I would like it. I would like to have reclaim that tote. So I've been busy repairing that because it's very rustic. It's very rustic stuff, and the glue wore out, so I fixed it. Okay, we are done. 9:30 on this page, and we have closed up parts of the border. Make it look all pretty and stuff. Now, oops, I dropped stuff. Oh. Ah! I knocked a cover over. Well, I knocked a cover over that I neglected to put back on the container it was on. So I put it back on the container so I wouldn't forget. Let me zoom out, make sure I got all the spots on that page. I did. Okay. Let's color away. What is that? Oh, I guess it was another short piece of the color that I did not realize I neglected. Oh well. Oh. Pay no attention to me. My hands aren't working appropriately today, apparently. Holy crap. Holy crap, hands. Dios mío. Yeah. I don't so much have the kid problem. I have too much stuff to get done to nap problem. But I do take mind and take heed that doing things for me helps me in the long run. So doing my arts and crafts helps me in the long run. I I laid down at 9. I slept from 9 to 1:30 in the morning. No, I didn't even make it to 9. I went to bed at like 8:30 last night. And then I woke up at 1:30 and then I stayed up till 4:30 and then I got back up at 8 again. So it's been something. And that's honestly that's just what happens when I do the overnight weekend is Monday into Tuesday my sleep is interesting. We're going to use interesting. Yep. Yeah. That I have definitely noticed that seems to be very common in the crew. And I mean I don't have any answers on how to stop it because I'm just as guilty as the next person. Oh, nope. I guess 792 is working on the grapes. Working on the grapes. I I generally am good with 5 to 6 hours of sleep. I really but I do that for a little while, and then there are times where I will sleep 10, 12 hours. It's not very often, but it happens. Okay, we're gonna be working on some grapes. Have to adjust my eyes, and then I have to see where my camera is. Eh. And then I'm gonna make sure that everything's kosher. There, okay. I am very, very fortunate that I do not get migraines. And I I'm yeah, that's where I'm at. Is I'm grateful and fortunate that I do not get migraines. Okay, and 792 is the color that I need to buy more of. So we'll go with it until I don't have it anymore, I guess. I don't think that'll be this this stint, but who knows? Hmm. Skip to skip to my Lou. Lulu, skip to my Lou. Lulu, skip to my Lou. Skip to my Lou, my darling. Same. Different context, but same. I still find triggers that I didn't know I had, and those are not fun. So far, Thursday and Friday are looking normal for stream. Thursday is a long stream. Friday is normal stream. So far. But I have learned in this current iteration of my work-life balance that shit happens. So I'm aiming. I'm aiming for stuff. But goodness knows if I'll get it or not. I think you should, that instead of the sensory closet that you're working on, I think you should make it soundproof, and then have it be your your I don't exist closet. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Get some nice noise, like high end noise canceling headphones. Get a lock. Just be able to put on the headphones, have a show, something like that. Lock yourself in. You don't exist for like 3 hours. You take a nap. You do what you need to do. I support this idea. So, so remember those Velcro things the Velcro bungee suits that I was talking about? You need to get like a good support beam in your house, put an H hook, yeah, or closed off U hook. I don't, yeah, they're U hooks. And you get her the Velcro bungee suit, and you get a really long, well, decently long bungee. You Velcro that wall where the support stud is. You put her in the suit, you stick her to the wall. And if she gets off the wall, she still has the bungee suit to pull her back to the wall. There could be a good reason I don't have children. Cause, cause I would do that. I might not do that, but I really put some thought into it. Or if your kids are fighting, you have a bungee, like for Dragon. She has a big sturdy OBS board in the middle. Each side is Velcroed, and they just, whichever one's trying to get away, they'll stick each other to each side. We can do American Gladiators. There's some theater Velcro that would make you question why more people don't use such things. Mm-hmm. Oh, the skipping and the jumping and the great building. I mean, other than being like a little emotionally scarring, I support it. I also support a room that has a bouncy floor and Velcro walls. Put them in the suit. Just let them bounce off the walls. If they get stuck high up, sucks to be them. I'm a huge fan of bungee cords and tethers, because they have, if you give them everything that they need, they have full freedom to go wherever they want, but they're still anchored to something. So, so I'm wondering why, like, everybody spent so much money. So I have very simple locks that you push up and you shift over that generally go horizontal, like lock a bathroom. But you can put them at the top of a door in the same fashion, in the same position, and as long as they push up and slide over, they don't fall down. So why are we spending $200 when $20 will get it done? That's been digging on my brain, and I just haven't had the spoons to think about it too hard. Well, I mean, at the top of a door frame, your kid can't reach it. And I mean, I can even reach the top of my door frames. And don't get me wrong, I love technology. My front door lock, we're not going to talk about how much my front door lock cost, but would do it again in a heartbeat. Um, I just, I'm thinking like old fashioned works too. And I know Dragon has a set of climbers. That's why I kind of understand why you need a key, but that's going to be frustrating down the line. Yeah, and everything is more expensive. I get that. My house only has two ways in though, so I know there are circumstances. Like I was just kind of rattling it through my brain. I'm like, what? Why are we spending so much money? That's money. That's evidence. We need that money to buy our other toys, like yarn. Yeah, that's I get that. I I've never really I'm trying to edit my thoughts. Um I've always been the child to announce when I am running away. I keep forgetting you guys are short. I mean, I'm no giant, but I'm taller than you guys. uh for yours needs the bungee cord. Like anchor, hurricane anchor to the middle of the yard, bungee cord. And yes, I am in fact a bad person. But if it works and it doesn't hurt them, the only problem I can see with dragons munchkins is potential teamwork later on down the line when they can actually stop and stop hating each other enough to work together. That's the kind of thing I worry about with two. With one, there's some management availability, but with two, there's potential teamwork. I can hear Dragon cursing me from here. I can hear it. She doesn't even have to be paying attention. I can hear her cursing me. Okay, there's that one. Okay, where are we going now? Okay. Ra is lost. She's very, very lost. Okay. I grew up like we all grew up in a different era where it was like just come home eventually. Like and I never had any interest in eloping. I like to run. Like, to this day, I will still get some yayas in my ass, and you will see me just book it. There's no reason. If you ever see me running, unless it's like directly at you, like if you see me walking down the street and then all of a sudden I just start running, that would be the zoomies. That would be the human zoomies. They happen. That's when it becomes a game, and you have to be smarter. That's a game I played with my parents. How can I be smarter than my parents? Now, sometimes I won, sometimes I did not. And that is the price of the game of learning humility. Sometimes you know the things. Sometimes you do not know the things, and you're going to have to pay the price. Making grapes. Whew. Nope. That giggle will never leave my brain. That giggle will never be out loud. Sorry. That was a "you're going to hell" giggle. So. Nope. if you can put the pieces together, I'm a dog owner. How would I stop a dog from going into the street? And that's why I giggled. I don't like to have dark humor on children. But not no like danger's like literally like I get like not wanting to have a kid no danger. But at the same time, there's got to be a way to teach it. Is there a way to teach it? We should Google that. Is there a safe way to teach a kid street smarts? Is there a way to teach a kid how not to get hit by a car? Oh. Safely and without too much trauma. Like I'm all for learning moments. I'm all for humane, kind teaching. Trust me. I want the message to get across with as less pain and psychological damage as possible. But at the same time, how do you do something like that? Are you messaging me what the option is? I mean, because legitimately, all the ways I know were from the 80s and early 90s, and in today's society, they're looked upon as abusive. And again, why I don't have kids. I know. And that's the hard part is like you can't protect them from everything. And I get that. Don't get me wrong. If I say the stove's hot and the kid goes and touches the stove and it's hot and they get hurt, I feel bad. I do. But at the same time, the righteous I told you so lives in my soul. But I don't want someone to get like mortally wounded. I want people to learn things without life altering repercussions. And most of the time, and I know I don't always do this, I do not always listen. I will be the first to snitch on myself. You can tell me something, and sometimes I will go, I betcha I can. And sometimes I am right. Other times, the answer is you should have listened. Hmm. Oh, ad time. Ooh. Love me some DQ. I support the DQ one. Because everybody needs ice cream. Doesn't have to be DQ. Everybody needs ice cream. Zoom, zoom, baby. Zoom, zoom. That's because I talked about the zoomies. Yesterday, I played with makeup. I actually looked kind of good. So, everybody needs ice cream. About TD. Zoom, zoom for Mazda because I was talking about the zoomies. And I was doing my makeup yesterday, so that's why we had L'Oreal. I guess everybody else ran off. Oh well. I know once I actually start showing off Captain Penis, probably more people will start showing up, but that's a ways away. got two peeps. Ooh. Yeah. I love poutine, but I gotta make it myself. How was your weekend, Anne? Did you do cool things? And what's for dinner? I've talked about myself enough, so I want to hear about everybody else. Cesar's so abused and starved, he has to lick the floor. You can tell he's annoyed. His ears are back. He's listening to me, but he's annoyed at me. Food is always a good option for dinner. I just tell people to enjoy food. Like, obviously, there has to be some balance to the food, but overall, enjoy the food. I did not know that, but yeah, I don't. I guess there's a reason I take a multivitamin, because I don't eat a whole lot of red meat anymore. Not from lack of desire. I just don't. That's always what my mom used to tell me. What's for dinner? Food. Now, the proper question is, what specific items of edible food are we consuming this evening? Please list by category and scientific name, and that really tends to get you grounded. Please list in order of caloric value and and food group. In order to be a dick when asking specific questions, you have to know how to ask specific questions. I don't get a whole lot of fans with that party trick, though. And that's why the masking comes into play. Gonna be honest. I know you have a domestic something, but I'm not sure what it is. I can probably Google for it, but not right now. Did you know that, or did you have to Google it? Generally, most people don't want to look up the scientific names. They'll get exasperated with me and just tell me what they're eating. Ah. Yeah, my Latin's a little rusty. But not gonna even pretend. I did not know that. And I'm okay with that. Because I can still be an effective pain in the ass. I have a resident who really likes to watch that. It's between that and 90 Day Fiancé, which is, it's certainly an interesting mix. Okay. Time to go back up to the top and work my way back down. I need to go out and buy a couple of roasters and slow cook some chickens, make some good mashed potatoes, some green beans, maybe carrots. I need to make myself and husband creature good old fashioned chicken dinner. Now you got me hungry. It's kind of like when I say cheese and rice. I'm already hungry, so I can't make myself hungrier. I've been playing with a lot of contact cement past couple days to shore up and fix a lot of displays and whatnot that I have, and I spilled some on my leg. And while it's not sticky anymore, I do have a brown spot on my leg where the contact cement had left its residue. And I'll eventually scrub it off, or I'll use some WD-40 or whatnot. But I just looked down at my leg and I'm like, oh, hey, I contact cemented myself. Okay, there's that. That's where I am. That's where we're going. I can't do a Maine lobster roll. Well, I can eat lobster. Classic rolls are kind of rough to find in something that I can eat. Yeah. Yeah, I am stuck with you guys. But I enjoy the shenanigans. All of the shenanigans. Because if you shenana once, you're gonna shenan again. That's right. That's my dad joke of the day. So, how about no? Oops. One more. So, something they don't tell you about gluten-free baking is it sucks. I will pay good money to have someone else make my shit. Especially bread. Especially bread, because it doesn't stick together. That's the thing. Is gluten-free anything doesn't stick together. So, like, your proteins, your vegetables, stuff like that, not a big deal. Your pastas, generally you use rice, so that's fine. But when it's a bread and you have to use flour, God grant me strength, because A, yeast doesn't work the same with gluten-free items. You can get it to work, but it's not as easy. Rolling anything out sucks ass. It doesn't rise, and it doesn't turn that golden brown that tells you, hey, this is done. So, gluten-free bread anything can go fuck itself. Okay, council. Challenge. Make gluten-free rolls. Now, here's the thing. You have to be able to cut them in half without them splitting and breaking all apart. There you go. Now, when you can do that, you send me the recipe that you use, and I will totally make gluten-free rolls. But until that occurs, gluten-free bread can go fuck itself. It can fuck all the way off. I'm pretty good at making gluten-free desserts. Like, brownies are pretty good because they have a lot of the oil, and the cocoa actually is a good binder. Funny enough, chocolate is a great binder, but that's not great in bread that you want to try to eat. That's not sweet. Yeah, there's a lot of variables in gluten-free bread. And all of them suck ass. But it's gotten better, I gotta admit. I've had nice gluten-free bread too, but I didn't make it. Have fun cutting the grass, Dan! Like, I can make drop, like, biscuits, like, mix it all up and plop it on the pan. I can make those. Those are easy. There's no expectations of what they do other than you put them in your mouth. Those are easy, absolutely hands down. I'll do those. I mix them up, plop them on the pan, bake them. Ta-da! Having any sort of functional bread sucks ass. So much ass. All the ass is sucking. And I do enjoy baking and I enjoy cooking. I don't have a lot of time or energy for it these days, but I do enjoy it. I miss kitty biscuits, but I don't miss kitty boxes. Woohoo! Cesar's mess from this morning is in the washer right now. Once I'm done stream, I will hopefully get it in the dryer, and it will be dry before I have to put him in his kennel. But it is a nice enough day outside that I'm gonna take my yarn out and play with them a little bit while I'm outside, and perhaps charge my cameras up out back there. My brain wandered off. Yeah, I did the bedding on Saturday. I've been keeping up on a large portion of the dirt. I do need to clean my car out though, because I need to have as much room as I possibly can because of craft fair. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I've been making pretty good progress on this. Okay. This will be one of the colors that I wander down into the next page down over here. down at the very bottom corner, just because, yeah. But once I'm done this piece of string, I'm going to call it a day, just because I don't feel like cutting another length of string, and also I'm running out of this color, so I might scoot over to the craft store. Might being a big might. I also might just dump the string container out and go through each one to make sure that I do, in fact, do not have any more of the color. Skip one, add one. No. Put him on mute for 24 hours, Jules. Mute, 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 mute. He can still send stuff to you, but you will not get notified. I still be like, look, Cruella, knock it off. I mean, you could always try the other option. You're really starting to act like mom. Sometimes that works. I make no guarantees on that, though. Okay. Guess how many stitches I did today? I've been hitting my check mark, so I can't. I know how many stitches I did. Okay, so today we start off at 5.97%. I would really love to hit 6% this week, which is possible because I just looked over at my number. So, started out at 5.97%. We did 187 stitches today, so we didn't do too many. We got actually quite a bit of progress done, though. We're at 6.01%, so we have broken 6%. That makes me happy. My dogs are gonna go bananas because it doesn't matter what time it is, they pay attention. Sometimes. he just wants to go outside. That's what this is. After I do my closing, I go and I let them outside so they know my closing statement. I wish I had a microphone that I could put out there so you guys could hear them rumble down the stairs. But just remember, drink your water, take your meds, be kind to yourself without harming others, and be kind to others without harming yourself. I will be back on Thursday at 9 a.m. for my long stream. And hopefully we can tackle a few more colors. Wish me luck at work tonight. And no, for no particular reason. I think I'm going to need luck at work tonight. I love you all. Thank you for the gift of your time. And I am almost always lurking, so if you need me, you know